Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK. The decision on whether to launch a central bank digital currency is for each country to make, and no G7 jurisdiction has yet made that choice. These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments. That's why working together and careful evaluation with our international partners is essential. In the UK earlier this year, I announced a new joint task force between the Treasury and the Bank of England to look into a potential CBDC as a complement to cash and bank deposits. We're also hearing from firms, technology experts and others. Under the leadership of the UK, this report today will help support and inform exploration of CBDCs in the G7 and beyond. With these principles, the G7 is leading an important step change in the global policy conversation. The report covers a range of important matters, such as financial stability, cyber resilience, energy efficiency, privacy, inclusion, and tackling illicit finance. These factors should all be considered when designing and potentially delivering a CBDC that would be fit for the future. Our shared objective is to ensure that CBDCs would be grounded in long-standing commitments to transparency, the rule of law, and sound economic governance. The G7 will continue its work in this important area, working with others to enhance understanding and use of these principles. We're excited to be taking a leading role with G7 members in publishing this exploratory work, bringing money and finance into the 21st century. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins.
Central bank digital currencies were concocted in hell by Satan himself.
CBDC being rolled out in Canada is not to be confused with online payment apps. This is a brand new centralized form of currency. So what does that mean? It means that this new form of currency will bypass the commercial banking system and be completely controlled by the government, with the ultimate goal of eliminating cash altogether. So once this system is in place, the government can track all of your spending habits, automatically withdraw funds for taxation, and even shut your digital wallet down altogether if you're being a bad little boy or girl.
Boys, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Need to buy the crypto now. Do not have
all this trash. I warn people, and I continuously warn them, do not put your money in this garbage. It's not backed by anything, but then again, the money that we have here is not backed by anything. The Federal Reserve is as federal as a Federal Express. It's the corrupt bankers. The money used to be supposedly backed by gold. It isn't anymore. You know what it's backed by? You, the taxpayer, the person. We are slaves to the system. And it's all part of a Ponzi scheme, a huge Ponzi scheme. And I told people, I have people upset. Bitcoin is the devil. I've said it before. People are greedy. And so this fool creates some app, some kind of exchange website, and all of this stuff, right? And basically now he was giving out money to politicians. He was buying.
Back on. Now a lot of people, they act like they're not attached to it. But all the cryptocurrency belongs to the government people, the same one who own the banks. They're just playing with the masses with this bullshit. And look who they're going to bring to so-called take the fall, or take the hit, or take the blame for the so-called FTX fall. It's not a joke, people. This FTX is 626. All coding. And if you buy any kind of so-called cryptocurrency, you're dumb. This is the reason why you shouldn't be mad at the mag making a little bit of money on my podcast, because these shit can save you a lot of money when I wake you up. You understand? Don't fall for the government trick. I already tell you from day one, nobody shouldn't fall for no so-called cryptocurrency with the mag bam truth around.
Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK.
We came, we saw, he died.
نظام الرئيس الراحل معمر القذافي. هذا الفيديو أظهر القذافي حيا عند إلقاء القبض.
If your government decided to freeze your bank accounts today, do you think they might have some power over you tomorrow? Did you know this has already been tested successfully in a first world country this year? If your government decided to freeze your bank accounts today, do you think they might have some power over you tomorrow? Did you know this has already been tested successfully in a first world country this year? What if I told you there were people planning to take complete control of your money and therefore control of your life, your choices, and your future? Some might call you a conspiracy theorist for even thinking it, except it is happening in plain sight. It's just being positioned as something that's good for you. And what if I told you the dominant countries of the world are leading you to believe they are in conflict when they're actually working together for the sake of a one-world monetary system? It's called misdirection. And until you see what's hiding in the hands behind their backs, you will have no choice but to follow along with their agenda. You will own nothing and be happy. And apparently, this refers to your money now. It's not my saying, it's officially published text within the World Economic Forum, a highly inclusive club of billionaires, global policymakers, and heads of central banks, all of which who met in Davos this year to further this reset agenda. This is something I forecasted to our clients a full 10 years before it became public knowledge. Your only way out of this is to be 3 steps ahead, is to play them at their own game and think for yourself, and know the central bank's plans before they execute them.
With wealth, finance, banking, and a tradition of collecting fine art and treasures, this tradition inspired the Australian branch of the N.M. Rothschild & Sons Bank to begin purchasing gold bars in 1993 of great historical and cultural significance. This became known as the Rothschild Collection.